So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So I've been playing around with a new mono strength team using the new Who's Who legend. And the thing with Who's Who is that he's actually a class legend. He only buffs Powerhouse units. But his abilities are really good. It's like everything gets +5, like HP, defense, speed. I don't remember if it's speed or attack or both, but yeah. The important ones are of course HP and death, and he does both of them. His special is also really good, since it does both a lot of damage, and first 30 seconds you also get the Legend Kid effect of going through defense, but only against 2 units, but that's basically 2 guaranteed kills. But yeah, this was the first team I made for testing. I changed the team later, like this time I used the PvP recruit Sanji as a lead to speed the team up more, but I felt like it wasn't optimal. Like this Sanji ends up being dead weight, and like Kaku himself is mostly a dead weight. He's only a lead because he has very strong abilities against Dex teams, so he helps nerf them quite a bit. But yeah, having 2 liabilities wasn't that good, so I changed it out after this. What I'll say though is that this team has had great success, so I'm planning to use this as my new team against Dex in general, which was kind of surprising. Like, this is not the first time I try out the new hype legend, and when I try it in practice it's usually not as good as it seems, especially when they are class based. But luckily strength has the powerhouse units to make this work. And yeah, if we talk about the other units a bit, like first we have X-Drake, and he's one of those units with a great ability, but on paper the special is really bad. The one saving grace for his special I've noticed is that his special does the bind, and the current meta Dex units are very weak to bind. So with X-Drake you can just shut down a lot of the offensive output of the enemy. This can sometimes backfire because like we do want one of the bench to get killed. Eventually we get in killed, but sometimes you get such luck that it doesn't happen. As for Kuma, I must say that like his abilities aren't the best on paper, but his special is pretty strong. It just there was no reason to use him, but he turns out to be like the perfect partner to X-Drake or not X-Drake, but Who's Who. Like they together, you basically are guaranteed to kill like 3 of the enemy when you launch their specials. The final unit on the starting lineup is the Boa Sandersonia PvP Rare Recruit, and she helps speed up the team, does a lot of damage, and yeah, that's why we're using this random Fortnite Boa. I think it's Fortnite, might be a Trash Map Recruit, I don't remember actually. But yeah, we have this random Boa just to help buff Sandersonia up. So you get the extra effect of reducing CD, so you can get specials up faster. But yeah, the optimal way this team works is that we get like 3-4 kills when we launch Kuma and Who's Who. Then Kaku dies, like here, like Kaku is very weak. I like to pull a dupe of Kaku, so I could run an even weaker Kaku, because honestly all Kaku does is his PvP abilities. So and that doesn't just work for a little time, then you want him out basically. But yeah, this is a good example of why Kid on the bench is great. Yeah. So yeah, I can see this team losing against Dex, but you have to remember that Dex is one of the best archetypes right now. It's really good. Like basically I've been struggling a bit against Dex until now, like trying to find the right team, but I've not been able to find a really consistent team. So spoiler alert, I don't lose a single team in this video, and of course it's blocks now, so we don't have like the top PvP players at the top necessarily, but you still may probably get some random losses here and there against decks. And in this video I do fight a variety of decks comps, both offensive leaning and more defensive leaning and everything in between. And this team handles all of that, so that's very promising. And it will actually be interesting to use this in the final. I plan to use this exact team. One change I could make, like it depends on the PvP Sugo upcoming, like I'll probably do a few pulls, not a lot. But like, it will be cool to get the Arlong, for example. I think he's Powerhouse. I'd replace the Sanji with him for sure. And yeah, then it depends on the new PvP unit, stuff like that. But yeah, I'd say this team is pretty optimal. It's just about getting more stats on them. Like, one big negative with this team is that every single unit on this team is limited, except Who's Who, and Who's Who is very new. So it will be hard to buff this team. But yeah, as you see, we consistently beat the opponent. And yeah, this is a guy I already faced before, so I just fast forwarded to the main part. And yeah, we got another good example of Who's Who destruction here. Like suddenly the enemy just lost 3 units. And we can easily sweep it out. But yeah, I think this is actually the first time I built a team myself, and I actually feel that it's viable. I do try and build stuff myself regularly, but I always like take inspiration from others or base it on other teams. But I'd say this is fully my own concept, even if it's like not a big brain concept. It's basically, oh, Who's Who is a strength powerhouse that only buffs powerhouse units. Let's see if we can make strength powerhouse work. And it worked. That's basically it. But yeah, I'm very happy that I could make a video about where I can be like, is Who's Who good in PvP? And then say, yes, look at this new PvP team. It's basically a first for me. Like, I do very few PvP videos, but I wouldn't say that the videos I make help advance the PvP meta anyway. But yeah, I do feel personally that I've got a bit better at the mode at least. Like, it helps doing like 200 plus matches per month, which is what I do basically. Like, you learn stuff eventually, even if I've said this before, but in PvP I'm one of those learn by doing kind of guys. I test stuff out, like throw things at our wall, see what sticks. If it sticks, I hold on to it until it falls down. Then I go back to the drawing board, basically. But yeah, I hope that there will be a lot of Dex teams in the finals, because I feel pretty good about this team. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.